Hello.
Hiya.
Yeah, welcome to the vlog. On a Monday we would normally do a technical one, but we haven't actually got one at the moment, so...
You're going to hear us rambling on for a bit, for a change.
Yeah.
We decided we'd have a little chat with you guys about our very first thoughts about more extended off-grid camping in the camper van. Historically, we've done 2 or 3 nights maximum, haven't we? And then gone to a campsite. But what we've done on Sky is to actually go for an extended period of time off-grid. And so we're just going to chat a little bit about our first thoughts of what that actually means and what things we've learnt from doing that. So what are our priorities when we're going off-grid? I mean, they're obviously water.
Yep.
And waste, both types.
Electricity, power from the batteries.
Yeah. Gas, so keeping warm and cooking, of course, and keeping clean. Yeah, they're the main things, aren't they?
Well, I don't really worry about keeping clean.
He's got no friends, it's fine, it's fine. So, so what we're going to do is just chat with you a little bit about what we've found so far. Yeah. So how's it been, do you think, with water? Yes, we have got notes, by the way. If you see this little notebook, it's all our notes.
Water, well, the main water tank holds 95 litres, and that's been ample. When we once got to an air and I topped it up, it only took about 32 litres, didn't it?
The first time, yes.
So we've not been using much water, but water out of the tank we don't drink.
No.
We don't even boil that to drink. We keep a separate supply of fresh water for drinking.
So the water that's in the tank we use for washing, basically.
And the toilet.
And the toilet,
and washing up.
And washing up, yeah.
And washing the dogs.
And washing it. That uses a lot of water, washing the dogs around here. So they're the main things we use it for, but we're surprised at how little we've used.
Yeah.
I think in over 14 days of being away, we've actually used, what did you say, about
95 litres is the main
capacity, but used about 32 litres in one go, and I think, did we do another 40?
Another time was 40.
40, but that's it, and the tank is now virtually full. So that has been quite impressive. We're really surprised that we've used so little water, really. But drinking water has been another story. We drink a lot of tea. Anyone who knows us, we drink a lot of tea. And we do get through quite a lot of drinking water. We take 11 litres with us in the form of milk carton, the plastic milk bottles, and we've got a 5 litre container. And as I say, in total, we carry about 11 litres. And that lasts us about 2.5 days, something like that, 2 to 2.5 days, which isn't very long, really. I mean, we do use it for brushing our teeth and things like that as well. But it really doesn't last very long at all. So whilst we've been away, what we have done is bought 2 5 litre bottles of water. I don't really like doing that because it's plastic that you may throw away. But they're 2 5 litres, so an extra 10 that we're carrying, and we are refilling those as we go. So now we're carrying 21 litres, which we reckon would last us 4 or 5 days. If this is rocking and rolling, by the way, we are parked up, you might be able to see through the window, actually on a pier, and it's like gale blowing outside. But hey, what's not to love?
Right, grey waste. Well, we've taken the opportunity every time we've got to an air or somewhere like that, or on a campsite, to dump the grey waste. But really, it's not been much of a problem because we haven't really used that much. We're very frugal with that, as we previously said.
Yeah.
But we did find out. I actually booked 2 nights on a campsite for the whole of the 15-day tour, whatever it is. But I found out from the guy running the site that they will allow you, this is Kinloch campsite, they will allow you to just use it to, they'll charge you £5 if you just want to dump your black waste. And if you want to fill up with water and have showers, then they'll charge you £10. So that's quite good value, really. And especially on Skye, there's plenty of places to wild camp or free camp or off-grid camp, call it what you like. So next time we probably won't book any sites at all. We'll just turn up and pay them to dump.
Yeah, because the site was £32 a night, which isn't very cheap actually. It was quite expensive, wasn't it, we thought? So for £10 you could literally stay there for an hour, couldn't you?
Yeah, £32 a night, and the shower rooms were freezing cold.
It was, there's no heating in
the water was hot.
But yeah, and it's on a 10-second timer, so you have to keep pressing it, so it gets really cold in between, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, for £10 you'd put up with that to get to replenish all your water and get rid of your black and grey waste. So we would definitely recommend that.
And the worst comes to the worst with grey waste, you can sort of park over a drain and dump it down there. There's nothing that to stop you from doing that, but we haven't even had to resort to that.
No, and if you're really stuck for black waste, if you go to Portree, in fact, they have an LSAM point. There's nothing else. There's no water, just water to clean the cassette. That's all. It's not drinking water. But there is an LSAM point in the main car park by the harbour.
Yeah, they've installed one.
It's
where
free.
They're trying to encourage motorhomes to come there. And there are, in Portree, there are 4 bays for motorhomes to stay overnight.
Yeah, it's £4.20, I think it was, and that's for up to 24 hours. And we, in fact, stayed there one night, didn't we?
Yeah, we stayed there one night.
And it's pretty good. I thought that was really cheap, and to get you to dump your toilet as well is pretty good there. So.
Yeah.
Right, I suppose we ought to talk a little bit about the lithium guys, Eric and Bertie.
Yeah, Eric and Bertie have served us very, very well. I suppose we're quite frugal, really. There was a point where we were driving quite a lot, and the batteries were, every day, were getting returned to 100%.
Yeah.
So we started doing a bit of cooking on them as well.
Toasters, toaster power.
Yeah. And that drove the batteries down a little bit. But we never had any voltage dropouts with the batteries getting so low. And coming to the rescue on one occasion, we got Eric and Bertie were down to 27% and 32%. I don't really like to take them below 25% because I hear you can get varying voltages if you do that, even with lithium. So at that point, I turned the DC to DC, or some people call it B2B, on, and we were driving anyway, and it charged them up nicely. In fact, when I'm driving with the B2B turned on, it actually puts more into the batteries than when you're on electric hookup using the built-in system.
Using the site.
So it charges it quicker by driving. Not that you would just drive just to charge, but if you're driving anyway, it's a good thing.
Good way of charging. And we've been using it, we've used those batteries for a lot of different things, although we are careful that we've been running iPads to watch stuff of an evening. We've been charging up laptops so you can do the vlogs with phones, quite a lot of electrical
drones.
Things. Yeah, drones. So
cameras,
yeah. So they really haven't let us down at all. We've been really impressed with them. They haven't been a weak link in going off-grid at all.
It's made me realise, for me, I did go through a stage of thinking perhaps I only needed one battery, but that would have been quite hard on this trip. 2 batteries is perfect. Of course, we're not getting any solar this time of the year, although we got a little bit the other day.
But you can't rely on that. So really, they have been on their own working really hard, and they've done really well.
Yeah.
And you've had your toast, which is
I've
the
had
most
toast,
important thing. We've
in
had
the electric
toast
toaster
for breakfast. Perfect.
What else have we got?
Right. Keeping warm. So the LPG.
Oh yeah, LPG. We have been getting through quite a bit of LPG, but luckily on the way up we were getting very low, but Stephen Lambert put me in contact with a garage where they had some, so that was fine. They did have it, and we got it, and we used it. And then on the Isle of Skye, there's quite central. There's a place where they sell it.
Co-op at Broadford, in case any of you are up here. My goodness, this van's rocking and a rolling. Yeah, so at Broadford.
Yeah, if the camera goes over, you know what's happening.
It's honestly, I want me tea before it spills. Yeah, and the LPG, again, has lasted us about 2.5 days, 3 days, but that is literally just going into the red.
Yeah.
What Graham has found out on the CV, in fact, is that the red is about a quarter of a tank full, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you'd probably get another night out of it, I reckon.
Yeah. At one point, I'll put a picture in there. It was showing this low, but it would still only take, I think, 13 litres. And although the capacity's 22 litres, I think in actual gas it only takes about 18 litres. So you can see with mathematics that we still had 5 litres left when it was red. So that would have easily done us another night, maybe 2 nights.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously you have to be quite sensible with it. We've been in temperatures approaching 0 at certain points within the past couple of weeks. And we've used gas sort of during the day. When we've been in the van, we've kept it at a comfortable sort of 21 degrees, maybe 22. And of a night time, between 14 and 16 degrees has been more than adequate. And we do supplement it. In fact, if we're at night, we've got hot water bottles, and that's a brilliant way of keeping warm. Lots of blankets on the bed and hot water bottles, and we're perfectly toasty, aren't we? So that has worked out really well too. But you just need to know what your limits are, because if you're going off grid a long way away from a supply, you don't want to run out when it's this cold.
One of the other things that we've found out, or we've now do automatically, we don't heat the water up in the tank on board, primarily because it uses a lot of water. What happens, you have to run the tap to get the hot water through, and you actually waste quite a lot of water getting to the hot water.
Yeah.
So all we do when we're trying to be off-grid, obviously we wouldn't do it if we were on the site, but when we're trying to be off-grid for some time, whatever water we need for washing or whatever, we will heat it up in the kettle.
Good old kettle, yeah.
So, yeah, that's worked very, very well. And it has 2 things. A, it only heats up the amount of water that you want, and B, you don't waste so much fresh water anyway. So it's win-win.
Yeah, and another thing is if you're washing up, again, we use the kettle to heat the water for the washing up, and literally I can wash up and the dishes are sparkly clean in an inch or 2 of hot bubbly water. That's all you need. You don't really need a whole bowl full of washing up water. If you just wipe the worst, if there's, I tend to use a bit of kitchen towel and wipe the worst off the plates, and it's easy, job done.
And I think Ellie had said to you that we use hot water bottles at night. And what we do, before we go to bed, we pour that water back into the kettle, top it, add a little bit more. So in fact we're using the same water every night, we're just reheating it.
You just don't want to get mixed up with the water used for the tea.
Yeah, don't drink it.
Don't drink it, no.
It's a bit rubbery.
Yeah, yes, rubbery.
Yeah. We did bring away Ellie's heated blanket that a lady called Sandra Watson put me onto. I got Ellie for Christmas. And thank you for that, Sandra. It's brilliant.
Very cosy. I love it. I love it.
We never had to resort to using it because we're always quite cosy in the van anyway, weren't we?
Yeah, with the hot water bottles.
But we've got it here, and it works on the inverter.
It's quite low wattage, isn't
it?
We might do a review of that when we actually do use it. We'll let you know all the details about that if you're interested, because it is low wattage. So.
And of course, I've got my main hot water bottle, which is Maya. She just lays between us. She's quite
cozy.
Quite warming.
She is. You just put your hands on her little belly and you're fine, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I think the final topic we need to talk about is rubbish. Obviously, we all generate rubbish when we're in our little camper vans, because you do when you're cooking and everything, you create rubbish.
Actually, we found rubbish on the beach, which we picked up.
Yeah, cans and what have you. It's not too bad here at this time of year, but there's still rubbish around. So basically, we're all generating rubbish in our vans, but what I tend to do is have a bag full each day. Not a huge bag. We've got a small bin in the van, but there are loads of bins on Skye. They are brilliant for getting rid of rubbish. You don't have to carry a week's worth of rubbish in the van. They have these huge wheelie bins, and they're all labelled up for dog and also general waste. And so literally you take your little bin bag and pop it in the bin each day or each time your bin's full, and it's easy to keep Skye tidy. The only slight reservations I have is that recycling is quite difficult, as far as I can tell, on the island. Obviously, someone can put me straight if they know of a recycling place. They do recycle glass, but that's all, it seems, or shoes or clothes. But things like
we haven't
plastic
found
waste
any cardboard,
or cardboard, no, you can't. So I am considering that if we come back here, that if there's space, I might start to try and keep the cardboard to recycle when I come home. But obviously, there's only so much you can carry on a van. But yeah, in terms of finding bins to dispose of things, no problem at all. Skye has definitely got it sussed.
So, I hope this has been helpful. It's not really the sort of video you would use as a reference as to how to do something, but it's just our general thoughts on it.
Yeah.
We're not saying it's right, it's just what we do.
Our initial experience of being off-grid for a bit longer, yeah, isn't it really?
Yeah. I think the first stint we were off grid for was it 6 or 7 days?
Something like that, yeah.
And it was no problem at all, was it?
No. We are much more confident now about doing this. We sort of arrived here thinking, I wonder if we'll be able to manage. Will we have to book more times on a site? Will we be able to cope with the weather, with the this, with the that? But to be honest, it's been fine. We've loved it, and in fact, when we've stayed on the site, we didn't like it.
No.
I'm not nothing against the site, but we just like the freedom of being able to say, do you know what, we'll stay here another night, or we'll stay here for the afternoon. You can just please yourself. And that has been really incredible. There's so many lovely places to camp off-grid on Skye.
Yeah, I always thought that I'd be pleased to get onto site to charge the batteries and that sort of thing. But to be honest, driving around charges them better if I turn the B2B on.
Yeah.
So,
and showering and things, we've decided that we will up our game and actually use Merlin to shower in, because it's, you know, we use sites historically. We tend to use sites for showers.
We just have a good wash at the moment, but we will start using the shower.
Yeah, because
but that will change the water usage quite a lot.
Of course, so that'll be something else we need to think about. But hopefully this little vlog has given you some idea of kind of how easy it is to go off-grid, hopefully. And we may well do some more technical vlogs where we actually explain more about the battery usage, more about the water. We've kept records of everything.
Yeah, we are recording everything.
But we just wanted to give you a little flavour of how our experiences have been, being sort of 2 weeks basically off-grid. Yeah. We've loved it.
Yeah, so hope that's been useful.
Yeah.
You should be seeing this on Monday, and then the next vlog is going to be on Friday, and that should get us to Ben Nevis, well, the Glen Nevis area where we camped up.
That's right, yeah. Looking forward to you.
Yeah, we sheltered there from one of the storms.
Yeah, Eunice was arriving, and it was this was in like a little shelter. Was it Dudley? I think it was Dudley.
No, I'm confused.
I think it might have been Dudley, the first one, but we had to find somewhere quite specific because we were really worried about being caught in the storm. But you'll have to watch that one to see what happened there.
So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.